Alright, cool. So are we good to go then?
You're good to go. You can fire when ready, sir.
Alright, cool. I mean, why not, right? Alright. So, there we go. I had to make sure I hit it. Alright, so Bobble. It's a game everyone loves. And it's got a very addicting song that you're going to hear for, about 113 levels. So I hope you enjoy it. Because it's not... Because I do.
And they can't hear me anymore.
Yeah. So things to note. This game, is known for, its randomness and whatnot. A lot of the game actually isn't as random as it on textbook. Like a lot of the items in the game are spawned by just doing specific actions. The game keeps track of them. There's like 13 different counters that are all going at once. So a lot of the early game and mid game and late game is counting how many of things you do, like, count. For example, the shoe that makes you go quickly is done by bouncing on bubbles. Who would have thought, right? So I'm going to be making sure to bounce on bubbles for as much as I can for the early game. It is 15 bounces to be precise. I lost count already because I'm not used to this. But anyways, alright, so level 5 is where I would like to have my shoe. It spawns right where I'm standing, so you won't even see me pick it up. Alright, there we go. Now I'm fast. So other important things. There's, these water bubbles in this level. Popping them is what gets you the level skipping umbrella, which, speedrun, you want to skip levels. It's a pretty good thing to do. The number for that is 20, so I want to make sure I am keeping count of all the water bubbles I'm popping, also letting one more appear on screen so I don't have to wait later. And what I have with me is a trusty notepad, which I'm going to be using to keep track of these things as I am playing. It is a tool-assisted speedrun in that regard. Please don't ban me from speedrunning. Nah. So a lot of this game, after you're powered up, I have the green candy, which increases my rate of blowing bubbles, and the shoe that makes me move quick. A lot of the game at this point is making sure I don't die and lose those power-ups. And also making sure I keep track of everything I do. Easier said than done. Notepad, that's what this is for. A lot of levels are straightforward. Kill all the enemies, move on. Kill more enemies, move on. Again, if you die, you lose your power-ups. So, a lot of the time saving you can do in this run is just not dying. It's simple as that. I mean, straightforward, simple stuff. So, we're already level 10. And, things are moving along. This is pretty typical stuff. I'm at 7 water bubbles now, for those of you keeping count at home. Because I certainly will be. Well, it's trying to be. So again, making sure, count your water bubbles. There's other things to be counting too, which is why I need a notepad for it, because there's a lot of things to keep track of. Right, so now I'm at 9. So, simple stuff. This game is actually one of the only speed games I can really think of that's actually faster and easier to do 2 players than 1 player. That for the reasons for which, basically, there's, 2 players to cover twice the area. It saves a lot more time than you would think. Like, the levels are small. Even with the shoes, it makes a difference to have a second person. I've always been trying to get this to run on co-op at GDQs, but sometimes it gets rejected, or sometimes my co-op partner can make it. Also, I probably wanted to kill that guy. Alright, so now that is 3 more water bubbles to my count. So now I'm at 14. I want to make sure I'm at 20 by level 20, actually. Well, after level 20. I want to be at 20 at 21. So, again, just be careful. Kill all the enemies. It's a very, very straightforward game. The controls are a little awkward until you get used to them. It's a very interesting game where you don't exactly have as much control leeway as you probably like, especially with the shoes that make you move faster. Granted, I played this game a lot, so I'm very, very, very much used to it. Like, this is like one of my favorite games, period. Played it for, almost my entire life. and I decided to speedrun it in like 2007 or something. Like I think I saw the task, and I just said to my brother, like, you know, this probably isn't that hard to do. We should do it. And he was right on board with it. So we started doing co-op runs, and you know, we got the co-op bad ending world record. Haven't really improved it since then, and I haven't really considered a good ending run. I mean, I have, but I mean, it's, you know, a lot of practice and togetherness to set up times and stuff, because, you know, we both work now all the time. It's awkward, but so we're almost at level 20, and like I said, the quota for water bubbles, I would like to be at 20 after 20. I'm at 16, so I'll just grab 2 here. Well, maybe I'll grab 2. I would like to pop this, please. Alright, so that puts me at 18. There's one more water bubble level, and that is actually 20. And you know, I know I mentioned, you know, a lot of the things in the game are based on things you do. This includes types of bubbles popped, and how you kill enemies. They are also tracked separately. So if I, for example, if there's one item for popping lightning bubbles, and there's one for killing enemies with lightning bubbles. And same for killing enemies with fire versus, you know, popping fire. There's different things for different things. So again, a lot of things to keep track of. I only keep track of the very, very critical things, which can bite me in the rear at some points if I'm not careful. I'm getting the extra cursory water bubble just to be safe. I would like to have the extra, just in case for some reason I can't count, which sometimes happens. Alright, so 21. Popping the 20 water bubbles, or more, makes the umbrella that skips levels appear on the next level, and there it is. Now, one of the RNG things about this game is the umbrella can either be an orange umbrella, which skips 5 levels, or a blue umbrella, which skips 3. Thankfully I got the 5, or, usually I'm never lucky, especially in marathons. I'd like to kill this guy, please. But the important things, another weird thing about the umbrellas is, I really need to pop that. If, for some reason, I don't know why, but if player 2 grabs the blue umbrella that normally skips 3 levels, it skips 5. And that, like, even the orange umbrella skips 5 for him too. So I don't understand what's up with that. That's another reason why 2 players is in fact easier than 1 player, is because you can guarantee your 5 skips. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just take what you can get. Like, getting a 3 skip is only like 40 seconds as compared to, you know, like a 40-second time loss-ish, depending on how you do in the levels, but again, you take what the game gives you. I think my current world record actually has a 3 skip, because I just played so well that it didn't matter, like. You'll also notice these letter bubbles. If you spell out the word extend, you get an extra life and automatically clear the level you're on. So, in a perfect world, you'll try to get extends on levels that are, like, slightly time-consuming, but the letters you get are random. Like you spawn letters by getting a combo of 3 or more enemies, but what letters appear are random. Thankfully, I got the T on this level. I hate this level. 30's kind of dumb. So, again, I just cleared that level for free, more or less. And again, there's no guarantee of that, but, you know, I'll take it. I will take it. So we are on good shape so far. We got our 5 skip, we got an extend on a level I don't like to play. We're living life. Oh, even grabbing these fruits is an item too. And like, the item is like the invincibility heart, which I'm an idiot, I just died. Alright, but the invincibility heart, which is helpful, but not necessary, and also, like, the way the item system works is, if you spawn more than 1 item at once, the second item gets pushed back, like, to the next level. So, the important things are, you know, making sure you get the items you want when you want them. So, if you end up getting an item in higher priority lists, then it'll end up pushing the item you probably want out of the way, like, and it just creates a kerfluffle of items that you don't necessarily want. I'm going to grab this candy and waste a few seconds doing it, because I need to power up again since I died once. That said, a lot of the game is just playing things by ear, seeing what kind of situations you get, see what happens, you know. That's kind of what speedrunning is in a nutshell anyway. Just deal with what you get. I need to get through the ceiling. Level 35. So we are at level 36. I've been keeping track right now. Right now I'm keeping track of the fire bubbles popped. If you pop 14 fire bubbles, you'll get a screen clearing item, which I will make use of. The reason I didn't kill that guy is because I actually want the shoe, because I need to finish powering up. Don't want to kill this guy. He will live for the moment. So I think there's only 2 more fire bubble levels. And by me think, I mean there are only 2 more fire bubble levels before the level I want to get the item on. So I want to make sure I maybe chill for a little bit, get a couple of the fire bubbles I want here. So 1. I will get 4. It's a good number. Yeah, this will put me at 4. So 4 fire bubbles puts me at 10. So I need 4 more on this next level, which is much easier of a task than you would think, because this level is basically a level that screams kill with fire. Kill it with fire. I need fire bubbles. Now, another thing I will make note of, I'm actually actively trying to kill the enemies with fire as opposed to doing it without fire, because this is, again, another item. I got my... Can you burn, please? I guess I burned an enemy already, so I guess it's not a big deal. Alright, so I have enough fire bubbles for sure, because I didn't get lucky with the patterns. So this level is a level that's a little bit awkward for one player. It just looks plain awkward, period. That's why you want to spawn this bomb here. So if you're playing 2 players, it's like a non-issue, but if you're playing 1 player, it's symmetrical weirdness. Like, you can't get to the other side safely, it just doesn't work out. So you want to make sure you clear it without effort. Alright, so I died again. Oops. I'm grabbing the shoe. I need to get water bubbles anyway in this level, so I got 2 water bubbles, 3, 4. Cool. So now I'm keeping track of both fire and water bubbles. You can see where this can get a little bit complicated. Hello. Alright, so... So, I want to burn all these enemies. All of them. I'm going to make sure I burn all the enemies. So that's 2 fire bubbles. Burn, please. 3, 4. Alright, so I got 4 fire bubbles. Puts me at 6. So, now then, the reason I made sure to burn every enemy in that level and the other level where I had to burn a lot of enemies is if you burn 14 enemies, you get this red cross here. This lets you breathe fire instead of bubbles. The reasons for doing this aren't necessarily clear just yet, but it makes life a lot easier for the next 4 or so levels. It's just awkward otherwise. Just burn all these guys through the wall. It's, again, another level that's weirdly symmetrical and awkward for 1 player to get to this side. I also want to shoot this guy, please. He's gone the loose. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure, like, it's a lot of the routing in 1 player is making these weird symmetrical levels just easier to do and more tolerable, because otherwise you just waste time trying to fix everything. It's like, oh, well, I have to climb all the way to the right side, I have to go all the way around, and it's riskier to attack enemies from above. It just makes life a lot easier. So then, we are at level 45. I hope you've been enjoying so far. We still have another 70 or so levels of the song. It is a good song. But I am not sorry if you don't like the song. Sorry, not sorry. So, in a perfect world, I'll have my rapid fire candy for this level, but if you don't, then it's a little bit slower. Because you gotta, like, you can't just rapid fire them all. But you take what you can get. I'm pretty good on fire bubbles, and I'm well, not amazing on water bubbles just yet, but that'll probably change in a little bit. This level is not exactly fun. Okay, so one fire bubble. Please don't shoot me. Oh my gosh. The enemies sometimes decide to pre-fire you, and there's not much you can do about it. So I'm at 3 fire bubbles. I'm already way ahead of fire. 4. I am so far ahead on fire bubbles, and it's not necessarily bad yet. It won't be bad unless I get the bomb early, which I'm not quite there yet. I really need this. So that red candy gives me both the long range and rapid fire, which is good. It's a nice thing to have if you die recently. I think there's a 1 in 16 chance of either candy spawning being a red candy instead. I like to not have a red candy early on, but now that we're past the beginning, it's nicer. Especially if you die like I do. Alright, so that's 1 water bubble. I can't kill these nerds. 2 water bubbles. And 3. 4. 4, please! 4! The danger of the beast. Alright, so I definitely want to grab this show. We're almost at the most infamous level in this game, the infamous level 57. Hopefully things work out there. It's not as scary as you might think. There's actually a safe and intended way by the devs to actually beating it. Right, now I'm fully powered up again though, so it's not. We're in smooth sailing again for a little bit until something happens like this idiot. Something happens like this idiot. Whatever. Whatever. I didn't want that shoe anyway. Alright. I will make it an effort to get another shoe. So this is yet another water level. 1. 2. Oh, I guess I'm not getting 3, which is fine. I'm ahead of water bubbles right now. So this puts me at 10. I have marked down also the amount of enemies I've killed with water bubbles, which was 3 in that case. Again, 1,000 things to keep track of. This game is a very, very intricate speed game for that reason. A lot of it is just keeping your eyes on the numbers, making sure you don't go overboard or underboard. Okay, so 54. That guy almost killed me because he stopped to throw a boulder. That's really rude. I'd like to have a shoot before 57 if possible, but I mean, if I can't have one, then I'm not gonna care. I'll get a shoe on 58 for sure, because you bounce on so many bubbles in that level. There it is. We're still in pretty good shape, because we had good luck in a lot of places. Alright, so that's another good thing about, I mean, dying is never good, but good thing about dying is the rate at which the enemies get angry in their bubbles is based on how far you are in the game and also how long it's been since you last died. Since I've been dying a bit, they're not like, if I hadn't died at all, they'd be already popping. Like, right, so basically the God intended way for this level is to create a bubble staircase in the middle. And then just climb up. That's all you gotta do. That's what the devs wanted you to do. That is what the devs wanted. It's interesting when you actually analyze the level. It's like, oh, instead of trying to climb the sides, they actually wanted you to climb the middle. Oh. Changes your entire perspective on life in Bubble Bobble. going to grab this letter. So we are, again, back in good shape. We have our power-ups. I beat level 57 without wasting a life, which is nice. So as long as, you know, something silly doesn't happen, which the game is very, very capable of performing silly acts, we're in good shape. So, in this level, is a freebie if you have power-ups. If you don't have power-ups, it's not a freebie. Now, I'm going to avoid that end like the plague, because I already finished the level, and the cutscene for the extend will, you know, eat up even more time, and also waste my extend. So, you don't want to do that if you can avoid it. Like, you don't want to get bad extends. You only want to get your extends on levels that you know are going to be a pain in the butt to do, or time-consuming, or, you know, what have you. Short levels are no good. This is another level that's a little bit easier with power-ups because you can beat the enemies down to the bottom, like through the top. You can just get right on, you know, get right on top of them immediately. So, 63 is a freebie level, pretty free. And you'll notice that the enemies are already just straight up red now. Like, they're just angry. It's been a little bit since I died. I'm far into the game now. It's not gonna get better. They're going to be salty for the rest of the game, pretty much. Which makes getting your letters even harder. Alright, so that was another water bubble. Gotta add that to my tally. I think we're at 11, if I've been keeping track right, which I'm pretty sure I have. I'd like to cross this gap. There we go. There's 99 if you're going for the bad ending, but, at level 99 there's a secret door to, like, 13 more levels, and that's how you get to the good ending. So, I have to be careful here. Don't want to pop too many fire bubbles. I see the end, but I mean, the level's already cleared at this point. Alright, so I wanted to pop only one fire bubble, because if my counts are right, I will have the 14th on this level, which is good because level 68 is the worst level in single player. I do not want to pop that in. I also don't want to get shot. But I also cared. I was just distracted because I knew that I needed the fire bubble more than anything. There we go. Perfect. I'm just gonna let him. I can't see anything. I just know there's fire and they burn from it. Yeah, spray flickering in this game can be an issue, especially in 2 players. Alright, so level 68. You can probably see why this is a bad level for single player. So I gotta climb all the way up, start falling down, and then start going all the way to the right. But thankfully, because I counted my fire bubbles right, I don't have to do that. This level is really, really bad. Probably the worst level in 1 player. Just straight up. Like, it takes a lot of time to get to the right side. If you somehow die on the right side, which is fully possible, you know, you spend even more time getting over there. It turns into a mess really fast. And that is the one level you want to use a bomb on if you can. The importance of counting in speedrunning. The importance of using a notebook while speedrunning. Oh, I don't need the heart. And I don't need fireballs anymore. I'm not gonna get to the 14 in a timely manner at this point. Well, I mean, subject to change. In a perfect world, I won't need to get the 14 fire bubbles. This level is a little bit rough without power-ups. Like this, if I don't get 68, this would be the level I would like to bomb. He did not follow the normal trajectory. He just kind of just dropped. That was weird. Alright, the chute disappeared. I got the fake out. Don't do this to me. He's running to the ceiling. He's coming back. He'll be back. Alright, now this last guy is also pretty sketchy. Again, 1 player. The safest way I find to get rid of him is just take him from the side, instead of going from directly below. Alternatively, just get a friend and play the game. Have a friend. That is the key to speedrunning this game. Have a friend. Gosh, poop. At least 4 to 5 minutes. Like, it changes a lot, and also makes things a lot easier. There's just too many of these symmetrical levels that just are, you know, sketchy to get across, or just too large, like, not even large, but I mean just too, like, mazy to get around. It adds up a lot. I'm at 0 lives, which is a problem, but I mean, it's not, game overs in this game are legitimately a slap on the wrist. But the issue is I'm going to have to take a game over at one point. These water bubble spawns are pretty bad, because I need one on the right side. 4. Alright, 5. Alright, I got 5 water bubbles, which is a lot. Now we are definitely ahead of the water bubble game. Oops to that. Oops to that. Yeah, because I can't get any more lives from points, so I'm gonna and in order to get the good ending, you need that. It needs to be a quote-unquote 2-player game, which can be done by just giving a life at the very end, which is what I'm going to do. But unless I get an item that gives me a life, which is uncommon, I'm gonna have to take a death at some point. No, you can give a life strictly through one player. In fact, one player is the only one who's in control of lives. So if you're playing a 2-player game, player 1's the one who can give lives and take lives. Player 1's also the only one who can pause the game. So that is also part of the reason why they have control. But yeah, they can give lives and they can take lives. There's no in between. Oops. Alright, well. It's a good song. He's gonna come to me. The same song. 130 levels. Yeah, a lot of people I talk to is like, how can you stand that music for so long? I'm like, I just don't know. I like this music. I like this game. I like this music.
If I was you, I would say, what music?
Just beat. Yeah, pretty much. Right, this level is a little bit sketchy in general because enemy patterns are slightly random. Enemy patterns are a little bit random-ish. Like, sometimes they'll bounce off of certain corners that they won't normally do, and it creates weird situations. Like, there's just little bits of RNG that could change the run every time. Also, no shoe makes this level a little bit annoying, but everything worked out. Also, I'm never gonna get an N, ever. Now that I'm very late in the game, I'm never gonna get another N. I avoided the N's in the easier levels, and now I'm getting punished for it. Shoe? No shoe. Just kinda gambled on a shoe. There we go. The music never stops. This level is a little bit time consuming, but not hard overly. I would like a shoe soon. Soon being like now. In fact, I'm going to wait patiently for the shoe that's right here. I know you're coming, shoe. I know you're coming. Shotaro. It is one of the devs. My friends and I joke that it's Shotard.
Yeah, I was about to say that, and I was like, wait, no. It's definitely Shotaro.
Shotard. The Shotard is me. I am the Shotard. Alright, so now I'm fully powered up again. Hopefully for at least, 3 levels. Because being able to outrun these guys is pretty useful. Now, what I like to do in this level is, for this last guy, I just like doing another victory lap through the ceiling. It's just safer. I can't time my bubble blow. There we go. There we go. Martinis. Yep, we got our delicious martinis. So, for those of you who have not been keeping track at home, I'm at 16 water bubbles. There's only like one more water bubble level left. Right, so these guys can be jerks because they are like the fireball enemies in that they can pre-fire you the moment they see you because they are very, very rude. However, it seems to be like on a timer. Like, they won't start attacking for like the first few seconds no matter what. Which is nice, because they are rude if they can be if they get like in the mode where they just feel like spamming. there are only 2 more water bubble levels in the first 100, which are critical. They're 87 and 92. I want to make sure I get 20 at 92. Thankfully, because of my excess water bubbling, I'm in pretty good shape in that regard. I'm more worried about just I'm worried about getting 87. Yeah, definitely. Getting the umbrella levels 90, like 3 to 96, like maybe even 97 are all pretty bad levels. So you want to skip them in a perfect world. Preferably all of them. Preferably getting the 5 skip. Yep, it's Darius. Yep, it's another title game. I don't know either, but...
Definitely nothing to do with Darius.
Oh? Yep, so I'm gonna wait for these guys to come through the ceiling. He's got a name in the credits, so I don't know. This guy's kind of playing hard to get. Yeah, that'll happen. I'm surprised actually. That's actually the first Harry I've gotten this run, which is actually crazy. I actually didn't even think about it. Like that was the first time I've ever gotten harried. This will be a level we get Harry in probably, because I need to wait for this fire bubble to get around, and it's kind of like sketchy. It's a little bit sketchy about it, and we might not get it because you know the game was nice to me. Hey, we didn't get it. We survived. Alright, so. Level 89. We're almost there, I promise. We're almost at the good parts. Which is to say, the entire game is the good part. Alright. I'm gonna... So, level 90 is actually... Looks like 57, but it's a lot easier than 57 for some reason. I don't know why this is so much later than 57. Oh, man, it's another one of these invader levels, but they left you a completely safe... side to climb. Completely safe. I don't understand that one. I never really understood why this level's so much later in the game than the, you know, youth antagonizing 57. Nice bounce. Yes. Sometimes, like I said, the enemies take weird patterns sometimes. Sometimes they just go straight down like that, and sometimes just bounce out, like little RNG patterns. I guess like there's frame rules or something in this game. I don't know. Oh yeah, the menuing. Oh yeah, cause yeah. Oh, if it keeps your even if you do that, it actually does remember what level you got to. So you just game over and it'll actually still keep your level 91, whatever. All right, so I need 2 water bubbles here. I would like to drown a couple enemies too, but not all of them. Don't want to drown all of them. There we go. It's actually pretty good. I promise. There's a reason to my madness. I'm gonna pop the extra just to be safe, but I'm also gonna try to avoid grabbing that, because if for some reason I spawn a heart on level 93 by collecting those crystals and fruits, it'll push the umbrella back a level. I've had runs where I pushed the umbrella back to like level 96 or 7, and I was like, oh, okay. Because it only goes up to 99. Hey, look, we got good luck. We got double 5 skips. We did it! Skipped a lot of messy levels. Those levels are messy. Yeah, this level says welcome. So level 99 is an interesting level, particularly in one player if you're going for good ending. So, in order to get the good ending, you need to go on the secret road on level 99. To get to the secret road on level 99, you need to go grab that crystal that's over here, and then go to that door that appeared where that propeller jerk is. So, it's really, really sketchy in one player, but I mean, with enough practice, it's not that hard. 2 player, it's a lot easier. Again, I think there's a theme here. This game is very much easier playing 2 players. Yeah, now we're at level A0. It goes A0, A1, A2, A3, all the way to A9, and then goes to B0, B1, B2, and then final boss for some reason. Also, I'm dead. It's pretty, I don't understand why they only go to B2. I just don't know. But they don't get that far. We don't get that far. sure it did.
Oh my god. It's because they can't do 10. It's too
Yeah, I understand. I know that they can't do 10. Yeah, that's the reason. But I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why we don't go to B. Why we only go to B2. That's the thing I'm wondering.
You want more games, is what you're saying.
Of course, I need. This game could always. You could always use more of this music.
Music should never stop.
I mean, technically, there is another category that I'd never run or don't run. If you get the good ending in this game, you get a password to do Super Bubble Bobble, which is just the same game, but different color scheme and different enemy types. Like, it's the same placements, but different enemies. So, like, the guys in level 1 are replaced by, like, the fireball shooter guys and stuff like that. And the game is a little bit harder. And if you get the good ending in there, then you go to the sound test.
That's what everybody really wants.
It's true. The sound test, yeah.
Play the song.
Mm-hmm.
After you were playing it all day.
I was playing it all day.
That's your prize.
Mm-hmm. I can't see anything. Now I can. The screen flickering is intense in this game. Like, look, you can already see the fruits skipping out, dude.
Yeah.
The fruits don't know what they're doing. This level is yet another level that could be made a lot easier with a friend because of the symmetrical nature of it. It's never safer, like, it's always safer to go attack enemies from the bottom than from the top. Also, phrasing. Probably should phrase that a little bit better. Yeah, if attack enemies from the above is like the most dangerous thing in this game. Also, this level is ridiculous. It's a mess. This level is just a mess. There's no way to describe it. I don't think I've ever survived having a shoe in this level, so, I mean... Yeah, this level is just awkward. There's no way to describe this level other than ridiculously awkward. Alright, so... A7 is, So we played the level with no floor, now we play the level with a bunch of invisible walls and stuff. It's like all invisible walls. So I need to wait for a water bubble to appear on one on each side. I'm not counting water bubbles anymore, I'm counting the enemies I've drowned with water bubbles. If you get an umbrella in these levels, you only just clear the level you're on. It doesn't skip anything else, so the route doesn't try to get umbrellas here, obviously. However, drowning enemies, if you drown 14, you get a screen clearing item, which I route for this level because of how much of a mess this level is. Yeah, this level is absolutely a mess. Again, no other way to describe it other than just purely... the guys bouncing everywhere, there's no safe spot, it's just dangerous. I'm not really concerned about power-ups anymore because I'm probably not going to keep them in any significant length of time. Also, the game is over in like 4 levels anyway, so... Oh, good. He'll come to me. That one will come to me. He's not coming to me. Fine. I didn't want you to come to me anyway. Fine. I'll come to you. 3 more levels of the song. And then we'll be sad.
Full bubble dance party.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, a level I have to walk all the way around. Please don't shoot me. I shouldn't have died there. But I was in a... There was no way of surviving that. They both fired. Don't shoot me again. Oh my gosh, this is a struggle. The struggle. Mm-hmm. Like, good. Alright, now they'll come up to me. Statler and Waldorf. Statler. Statler, yeah. There we go. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. Look at all these W fries. Yep, the McDonald's. This level looks phallic in nature. It's actually a joystick. It's a joystick. Kinda... There's like... This level's... There we go. Yeah, again, 2 players. Made for 2 players, not for 1 player. I'm impressed I survived that, actually. Alright, so B2, the last of the levels, of the normal levels. actually, now we are at the boss, the Super Drunk. He is actually not that bad if you actually know how to play the game. He is a little bit interesting in that he only fires his arc of death if he's facing you. So if you're like behind him, he'll never really shoot you. You can perma-stun him in 2 players, but in 1 player you can't. So you just kind of have to deal with it. Yeah, this is like the optimal way to do damage to him if you're playing by yourself. You gotta go for like the line and just pelt him. His health is the level counter, so now he's at 22 health left. So 16. 8. And then time is when he actually goes off the screen after you pop him. But I gotta pop him first. He's impossible to hit. Give my friend a life. Cool. We did it, everyone. I survived. I've only... Actually, I was world record on that. I was only like 20 seconds over.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, I had good luck that run. Like I said, in my world record, I got a 3 skip, but I played so much better than the 5 skip. Also the humans.
Also blue.
Also blue. He's blue. So yeah, yeah, that's Bubble Bobble. It's a very, very interesting yet volatile speed game. I had good luck and almost world recorded it over a run that had bad luck, but I played very well in. It's a good game. Since I went underestimate this game, it's time for me to go overestimate the next game.